Welcome to Secular Soup. Stay tuned for real talk about atheism, feminism, politics, parenting, and whatever the fuck else Amy and Amy want to talk about, because this is their show. And get ready for a whole lot of motherfucking profanity.
You want to hear a secret?
I won't tell anybody. Go ahead. If I sit next to you, I'm going to get gonorrhea. It's going to jump into me. Just two ladies hanging out.
Is it okay for me to make fun of his neck waddle if I make fun of my own neck waddle?
I'm not sure.
That's a real ethical conundrum.
Would you know if you were born a lizard person, or can you be like adopted into the...
I think you know.
We're such professionals.
We really are.
Buckle up, bitches. It's time to have some soup.
I'm Amy with a Y.
And I'm Amy with an I.
And you are listening to episode 92 of Secular Soup, podcast where Amy and I talk about atheism, feminism, politics, parenting, and whatever the fuck else we want to talk about because it's our show. I haven't said that in so long. I just had to get it off my chest.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah. So last week we brought you a real bummer of an episode.
I thought that was fun. It was super fun.
It was very cathartic. I mean, you know.
Yeah.
So this week we thought we would
Then someone listened to it at work and they were staring at me.
It's always weird like that, isn't it? Yeah.
Well, and at first it's funny.
Mm-hmm.
And she was quoting things back to me that was funny. And I was like, okay. And then I was like, okay, when it starts getting dark, please don't quote that back to me.
Yeah.
I didn't say that. I was just like,
yeah, the beginning was pretty funny. I listened to the beginning and enjoyed it. So
yeah. Apparently I talked about
oh, go ahead.
Gentleman collar wearing my skin as a skin suit. Like, apparently that's funny.
Yeah.
I say it all the time. It's just, you know.
I enjoyed the part where we
Background
forgot to cut out something because we told Rich not to even listen to it.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, I liked that too.
And I'm like, but then it was so funny. I didn't want to cut it out because it was
the white baby,
it was
pink
hilarious.
liver. Yeah. Yeah.
Anyway, you get some
Super
inside
funny.
Production if you're listening to that
God.
episode. That's how we operate. So
We are so fucking professional.
we really are. Like we've had 92 episodes. We're really fucking good at this. We have our fuzzy microphones now.
I love it so much. I don't want to touch it when I'm
know,
recording.
I want to pet
really
it, but that defeats
it.
the purpose of having it, so I can't touch it.
Oh, nice.
But we've got
and I'm
these
so glad. I'm so glad I
covers.
don't have a kitten in my house right now because the kitten would suck on that.
Yeah,
Because kittens are disgusting. Like, they're adorable, but they are disgusting when it comes to something that's fuzzy.
Once one of my cat comes down here, they haven't figured it out yet, but one of them will sneak down here. And they're going to be all over it.
Oh, yeah.
It's going to be bad, but it's so nice. Anyway.
Yeah. First thing I thought of was, man, my cat would suck on this.
Yeah, cats suck on everything. Did you see the cat porn I posted on my Instagram?
No, I blocked
I like
it.
to post cat porn of my two cats interacting. It's
Actually, so we had this meeting on Friday at work, and they said that we have mandatory overtime still, 10 hours a week. My production level went up to this ridiculous level where it's only really possible to do with 2 hours of overtime every day. And then on Friday, they said that phones are no longer allowed at the desk, even just to listen to audiobooks or music.
That's bullshit.
If anyone breaks this rule, we're going to have to lock up our phones in lockers, which is, I have too many kids to deal with that, to do that nonsense. And they don't pay me enough for that shit.
You're in junior high now.
Yeah, apparently. They said you can listen to music on an MP3 player, so I went to my manager. I'm like, I have Bluetooth headphones. Can you tell if I'm listening to an MP3 player or my phone? And she was like, okay. And I was like, okay. So,
yeah, that was such a stupid fucking
So
policy.
basically 10 hours a day with nothing? Yeah, no. So whatever. Fuck them.
Bullshit.
But, yeah.
So,
Especially since I'm hitting my production, it's fine. It's whatever.
yeah, people being treated like children at work is one of my biggest fucking pet peeves.
Yeah.
So we have decided for this week, Amy and I had talked about doing some bonus content for the patrons because our sole mission on this show is to get as many patrons as humanly possible. And we're getting there. We have 46. We still need 4 more fucking patrons before we can do our drunk cast.
Fine. But we'd like you more if you dropped money.
Yeah, if you give us money, then we like you just just a little bit more. So
Not Ashley levels, but we still like you.
We're never going to love anybody as much as we love Ashley. So take that to the bank. We thought a fun kind of bonus content for people would be doing extended episodes where at the end of the episode, we read you some vintage advice from old-timey advice books, because as it turns out, I have collected like 12 of them over the years because I think they're great.
I don't understand how you would even have one.
It's so fantastic. I see them in like antique bookstores and I enjoy them. I think it's fascinating how people used to literally have a book that told them how to behave in every single situation, right down to like how to shake hands correctly and with whom, and how to have somebody enter a room and greet them, like just fucking everything. How to play cards with your great aunt as opposed to your grandmother. Just ridiculous shit.
I'm very excited to learn these women tips, because I'm assuming they're for women.
Well, yeah, for the men don't need advice.
Well, because men are just ideal just by
exactly
by penis adjacent.
Yeah.
Yeah, so I'm very excited because I have clearly failed as a woman because I lost, my husband.
That man. Yep.
Right, and I think if I had vacuumed with pearls on, heels. I don't know. Do I need to wear heels? Let's find out.
I think you have to wear the heels and the pearls. I could be wrong, but I think that's what they go for.
Okay. I mean, I'm thinking that if before I land another man, I really should know how to keep him. Do I need twin beds? Because I'm kind of, I'm not sure. I've also been watching The Marvelous Miss Maisel, and I know her parents have twin beds.
It depends on how many people are going to actually see your bedroom, because you got to keep up the appearances. So,
right.
Yeah.
Like on camera or off? Wait,
both.
Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
God, I love The Marvelous Mrs. Maisel. So
I just finished season 1, and I freaking love that show.
It's so good.
I couldn't watch it for a while because Gentleman Caller ended up watching things that we both agreed on, which is but he started working this job where he works really, really late. Nice. And so now I have hours to myself.
Sweet. Season 2 is even better than season 1.
Oh, yes. So, yeah.
Speaking of which, I suppose I should mention that I have a new podcast that has nothing to do with atheism or feminism.
And I'm totes supportive and not at all jealous.
Or parenting or any of that shit. But it is about the television show Fargo. So Marissa McCool and I have teamed up to do this Fargo Retrospective podcast. So we're going through episode by episode and just recapping and giving our thoughts and theories and all the good, conspiracy theory shit that you have on TV shows. So it's called Okay Then, a Fargo Retrospective. And it comes from the point of view of a Minnesotan. So, I am a legit small-town Minnesotan, and I can tell you everything wrong they're doing in the show, which has been delightful to make audio recordings of. I don't know. I like to nitpick. So check that out. You can even give us money there. Marissa set up a Patreon.
That would be awesome.
And I think 2 of our patrons are patronizing that show now. So
that's fantastic.
We're taking over the world of podcasting.
Yeah, you are.
So yeah, go check that out. Okay then.
One state at a time.
Probably
one state at a time.
Yeah.
I start with Minnesota.
Exactly. I can probably put a link in the show notes if I remember. We'll see. So
yeah, and then she'll send you a bowl, right? Am I right? High five, patrons.
Elven Engineer. Don't listen to what she's saying. You're going to get a bowl eventually, I promise.
Okay.
It's sitting right. Listen, I've been working on these Les Quizerables trivia team shirts all week because
so cute.
I have this fun trivia team, and the once-a-year competition is coming up on Saturday. And when I get into something, I really fucking get into it.
She just admitted that she has other friends.
So, they're teammates. I don't, they could just be acquaintances that I use for the purposes of trivia.
Okay.
But since we're calling it Les Quizerables, I like to say "able" at the end. We have to wear red and black T-shirts because red and black is one of the main songs in there. I got berets. I have to heat vinyl names onto the shirts.
What is it from?
Les Miserables.
Never heard of it.
You bitch. It's only the
I was
most
waiting for that.
famous musical in all of musical theater.
No, I have a friend named Cosette, and I knew exactly what it was from.
And she's the worst character, too. And
She really
that really
is.
sucks. So anyway.
Yeah, she's not a great person.
No. Les Miserables getting ready to go. Our
Either of
t-shirts
them.
are going to be fantastic. And maybe I'll post some pictures somewhere, but maybe not. We'll see. I don't know. So we have these books in front of us. I have sent Amy some screenshots from 3 different books.
They all came through.
And
they're good.
I'm actually planning to mail you a few of those books that you can just have at your house so that I don't have to send you screenshots.
I really need to reference it too.
Yeah.
Because like I said, how else am I supposed to?
Well,
how am I
that
gonna
first
know?
one I sent you from The Sensuous Woman was actually mailed to us by a fan who thought that we absolutely needed to read from it because it's
Agreed.
hilarious. So thank you to Caroline for that. I have it, and I think I'm going to mail it to Amy because it's the type of book that I think Amy will read better. I don't know. She sounds sultrier. Anyway, are you just now seeing what I put in?
Okay, yes, but I opened up the pictures, and then I was flipping through the pictures. I saw the picture I sent you of them not loading, and I was afraid none of them were loaded again.
Oh, no. So your phone tricked you. Got a little
My phone tricked me. Dirty.
We're ladies.
Dirty trickster.
Not very smart. So I'm going to start. So the plan is to do one of these after every episode, 1 or 2. I don't know. We'll figure it out. But for this episode,
Oh yeah, like we pick a number still.
yeah,
Sure.
just like that.
Okay, good.
Flashback to the early days of the podcast.
For new listeners,
So
we tried something.
I've sent Amy a few. I'm going to read something from the American Hostess Library.
Oh, good. Because what if I want to host something?
Exactly. And
Hors d'oeuvres or hors d'oeuvres?
both.
Appetizers.
I did not even look through this yet, which is how professional I am, so I'm going to wing it. I'll find something
Canapes?
good.
What's the best way? What do you say?
I don't know. Finger sandwiches. This is from the American Hostess Library Book of Etiquette by Frances Benton, co-edited by the General Federation of Women's Clubs.
But what were they wearing?
I don't know, but it's from 1956.
That's the thing I like most about the show, are the freaking clothes.
Oh, God, isn't it? Everything. The clothes are fantastic. And then you look at all the background
and her
stuff.
waist is tiny. I have never, even as a 4-year-old child, I never had a waist that tiny. I was always an hourglass figure 4-year-old.
Yeah, I spend most of my time watching that show going, God, I want that dress so much. Why can't I have that dress?
I just sit there and think, man, that dress would look terrible on me.
It's really,
I would
everybody
rip
go
it.
out and watch that show.
Yeah, sorry.
Anyway, stop interrupting. I'm trying to read something. So,
Oh my God, let's learn how to be hostesses.
do you want me I should probably, so there's chapters on women's manners, men's manners, children's manners, dating, table manners, married manners. Maybe I should get to that.
What? Yeah.
Let's do the married manners.
What is the stance on sex on the first date?
Okay, let me find it here. It says page 23 is what that is on.
The dating?
The sex on the first date. It specifically says
Oh,
that
it
right.
really said
no,
that?
it does not, but I tricked you,
It said,
didn't I?
Listen,
You're easy to
ho,
trick,
it's
Lacey.
called. The subtitle is Amy's chapter.
This sound quality is going to be
But it's
terrible on
spelled
this because
wrong.
all you can hear is me flipping pages, so I apologize in advance.
It's spelled like your name because,
Yeah.
you know.
Okay, so chapter 6 is called Married Manners, and I'm not going to read the whole thing because there's a lot of shit here. I'm just going to pick out a few. They're calling this the married team, so you're a team if you're married. Good married manners should present a couple to the outside world as a team, inviolable in their loyalty to and respect for each other. So, one of their tips is about bickering. Bickering is at best an unpleasant business, but a married couple bickering in public is embarrassing to everyone who has the misfortune to be around them. If you must question your husband's judgment about something he does when you're at a party, do it after you get home, and spare outsiders this uncomfortable view of your personal differences. I agree. I mean, nobody likes to see bickering.
I agree with that.
It's very true.
But it reminds me, I've probably shared this story before, but it's applicable to here. The most uncomfortable date I've ever been on was actually a triple date. And I went on this date, and it was myself and my ex-husband and 2 other couples. And we rode there with friends, and it was fine. It was pleasant. And we met the third couple at the restaurant. They were fighting, like low-level fighting all night. And it was real tense and uncomfortable. And they would make little comments like, rare, and then like yank things out of each other's hands. You know, just, it was like real tense. And then finally, and we weren't even drinking because this is when I was Mormon. Like finally, about halfway through dinner, she just yelled, I could walk around naked and you never, ever even touch me. Or something like that. And everybody was like, holy crap. And then the rest of the night just kind of went
too much information.
Downhill from there. I don't even know. Like, it was just...
That's mortifying.
Crazy. Crazy. She was like, I could dance around topless. Like, she started listing all the things.
Jesus.
Cartwheels across the house naked. And this guy would never even touch me. I'm like, oh my God. We're at, like, this Irish pub, but we're not drinking because we're too good for that. And, like... Holy crap.
So they're going to be together forever then, is what you're saying.
They're still married because they're Mormon.
Are. So,
but, you know, it's a real solid union.
Okay, so I've got...
They should have another baby.
Probably. That usually solves things from what I've heard.
It saves everything.
So, yeah. Nothing saves a failing marriage like a new baby.
Oh, yeah.
Take that to the bank. So I've got...
10 out of 10. Do recommend.
I've got 2 more little tidbits, and then we'll do one of yours. So... Yes. One of these is the headline. This is still in the married people chapter.
Good. I need this.
And this says, Wife as Social Functionary. That's the title of this section. In married life, the wife properly is the social secretary. The wife makes all social arrangements, include issuing... I haven't read this ahead of time, as you can tell. Issuing invitations and accepting or refusing them. In most cases...
I'm going to refer to the text I sent you earlier saying, get your shit together.
I can't get my shit together today. In most cases, she also writes the thank you notes and makes the thank you telephone calls. Most men are delighted to leave all this to their wives.
This is too real, though. Like, things have not changed since then.
I love how it says, most men are delighted to leave all of this to their wives. Of course they fucking are. It's called emotional labor.
This is really too real.
We still fucking do this.
Exactly. And it's not because they can't.
They just don't
It's because they freaking won't.
Yeah.
Because if we sit there and wait for them to do it...
It's never going to get done.
We will leave the stack. Sorry. We would leave the stack of, all you have to do is address these, just the ones to your family. It's totally fine. Yeah. I'm going to leave these on your desk right here, on top of your keys.
Yeah.
The keys are gone. The stack's still there. What happened? It's magic. Don't even know.
Yeah, men still do this all the fucking time, and it just drives me nuts.
Not gender specific.
Okay,
but
not gender specific. One partner in a relationship tends to do this more than others, and it's really annoying. So
it's usually me.
It's usually
I'm not bitter about it or anything. It's okay.
So most men are delighted to leave all this to their wives, and if a friend should call a man at his office and invite him and his wife for dinner, the husband not only can, but should say, could you call Mary? I'm not quite sure what our plans are for Saturday. Or,
I actually would appreciate that.
Let me see if we have any plans. I'll get Mary to call you.
They literally do not know that.
That's true. But again, something maybe that, like, I have a shared calendar.
Like a shared calendar.
And it never gets looked at. Ever.
No.
It drives me nuts.
So, yeah,
How do I put that shit in there?
I get asked that every weekend. Do we have plans this weekend? I'm like, hold on. Let me pull it up. We have 4 events to choose from. What would you like to do? Yeah. Do you want to try Lost in Space on Netflix? Yes. Yes, I do. So, you know.
It works out. It's the same as 1956. Let's see. So, on the other hand, a considerate wife will consult her husband if possible before accepting invitations, or at any rate,
I don't.
Make an acceptance tentative until she has had a chance to talk with him. And
is that the 1956 maybe?
Yeah. And certainly before inviting anyone to their house.
No.
I like the...
Put pants on. We're having company.
Let's see. What you're supposed to... It's perfectly proper to say, hold on a minute. Will you? Let me make sure that John hasn't any other plans. And then, covering the mouthpiece with your hand, ask John if he wants to go. Business dates, of course, are not handled by the wife. That's just something I wouldn't have known otherwise.
Those are at strip clubs.
I mean, yeah, I guess you're not supposed to... And are they talking business dates like they're going out with their co-workers, or they're going out with their co-workers in parentheses, or in quotation marks, going to a strip club, like you said? Like, I don't get if these are supposed to be legit business dates.
I don't know. I'm not really a professional per se.
Yeah, me neither. I don't.
And I don't know the
John
proper
seems like a real
protocol.
dick here, though. I feel bad for Mary. So
I'm not going to ask him if he wants to go. I'm going to tell him what to wear, and I'm going to tell him where we're
you're
going.
just going to be like, here's what's going on tonight. So yeah, those. I'll just leave we have, like I said.
This is like reason number 5,000 that I'm just not a marryable specimen.
Married or marryable, yeah.
Ooh, wow. That's too soon.
So why don't you, I can't find my little thing, but why don't you read to us the
Sensual Woman?
The Sensuous Woman, which is, like
Sensuous
I said, the
Woman.
book that was sent to us by Caroline. Thank you so much. And it is from...
I think this is just suggestions. I don't really believe in this. I don't feel it's...
Oh, this is from 1969. Of course it is.
Yeah. So she has some rules, I'm assuming. I've developed my own set of ethics, which have over the years made a few should or shouldn't I encourage him decisions.
Okay, wait. Before you go any further, just for some context, the top of this book, it's called The Sensuous Woman by J, just the initial J. But above that it says the runaway bestseller that changed the way women make love. So basically this entire book is a sex advice book for women as far as I can tell. So.
And this is like I said, I don't agree with this.
Yes, you do. If you're reading it,
caveat.
You agree.
No. I'm going to caveat by saying that I don't agree with this.
All right.
Especially the first one.
Okay, well, everybody's going to hear you say it, so...
I know. That's what's so bad. That's the joke, Amy. Duh.
I'm not good at jokes.
Okay. She said I'm breaking these down into things that are easier to reach. I'm passing them to food for thought. Number 1. I believe a woman must keep her hands off her sisters and best friends' men. Why did you have to put that? That's
it's like she
knew.
Like it's like she was talking right to you, Amy.
Please. Okay, I believe it is immoral for a woman to let a man she doesn't like touch her, even if that man is her husband. Holy shit. So,
it's good advice.
I don't like a lot of people. That's about it. I don't really. So, I believe it is immoral for a woman to not give herself completely to a man she loves unless she has had the poor judgment to fall in love with a man who's bad for her.
What?
Then she should run a mile from him.
Okay.
Okay.
Yeah, unpack
so
that
basically she's saying do not don't have sex with someone. Give yourself completely to a man she loves unless she's married to someone that she does not like or who's bad for her.
But if she's married to someone who's bad for her, it's because she showed poor judgment.
Right. And she should not let him touch her, though. See rule 2. She should not let her husband touch her. She should let the man who she's in love with touch her.
Seems really complicated.
It's not, Amy. You can have sex with everyone as long as it's not your best friend or your sister's man.
Okay. What if my best friend or sister happens to be a lesbian? Can I touch their woman? Is that a rule?
Ooh,
I mean, I don't want to because I'm not gay, but just I know what the rules
it's not
are.
A rule. I think the rule is you should.
Okay.
You have to.
That makes sense. Because women like to share.
So, sorry.
So, yeah.
Yeah, exactly. Okay. Everyone's fans are just, Number 4. I believe it is moral for a woman to give herself to a man she respects, likes, and is sexually attracted to as long as she doesn't betray a promise of fidelity she has made to another man.
Yeah, fair.
And that's kind of a no-brainer. Like, don't cheat on anyone.
Yeah.
Number 5, I believe a woman has a moral obligation not to tease, lead on, or in any other ways emotionally and physically torture a man whose love and sexuality she cannot return. Well, I have to unfriend a lot of people now.
She's attacking your whole way of life, Amy. I mean...
I know. I'm going to have to quit my job.
Here's the thing, though. Like, we're both fucking delightful. We can't help it if other people fall in love with us. How is that our fault?
Seriously.
Right?
How many times has that happened?
It's constant.
You're like, oh my gosh.
Stop
I don't even
falling
know.
in love with me.
I can't even get on an elevator. No, it's
torture.
Yeah.
I know. And none of that is my fault. They're going to have to deal with their own feelings. I don't know what to tell you. So, sorry, people out there.
So, I'm not leading anyone on. I'm just living my life.
Exactly.
So, back off, bitch. So, those are my pointers.
Well,
I feel like I'm following him pretty well. It didn't say anything about sex on a first date, so I'm assuming it's a green light as long as you respect the person.
I mean, it was 1969. I think everybody was having sex.
Everyone was having sex. What's a date?
Yeah, it was just constant, nonstop, sexual immorality going on all the time.
Well, yeah.
It's the reason that America's terrible now, because we had the sexual revolution.
I thought it was because of gay people.
Well, that too. Gay people are a result of...
They cause storms. They cause tornadoes. I've seen the Texas newspapers.
Don't they...
They cause tornadoes and hurricanes?
Don't they make frogs fall from
away?
The sky? I can't remember.
I thought that was just God, but God, I've read the book, The Story of God also, and I'm pretty sure God is gay.
Aw, shit. Here comes this little bitch gonna wreck my microphone. Come on.
Is it a child?
No. My children are bitches, okay? They're dudes. No, it's my cat who's inevitably going to unplug my furry microphone at some point, so let's see. So I have got some wonderful advice from this other book, the Book of Etiquette, or Etiquette if you're talking like a normal person. This is from 1924, and I'm just going to read you some straight up racism, so be prepared, because this is straight up racist, and I flipped this page and went, oh my god, I have to read this because it's so horrible. So, you ready?
I'm ready.
Here we go. Now, like Amy, I am not espousing these views as my own.
I 100% said, I don't agree with this because it's, you know, I feel like if, all dicks are fair game.
Right. Well, I'm just saying that I'm acknowledging that people in 1924
all racism is fair game.
Were hella racist, and that's why I find this particular entry into the etiquette book amusing. Just because it's so terrible.
Just say, I have a black friend.
I have a black friend. This one's not even about black people. This is about Chinese people.
Oh, okay.
So I
have a black friend who met a Chinese person once.
My one Asian friend is going to tell me that this is okay. So I'll get there after the fact. It's going to be fine. So
they're like, it's okay. Yeah. I don't even know.
I'll take the moral repercussions. It's fine.
Just like all of Asia, just like it's the same, right?
Pretty much. Yeah. Well, they get specific in this. So,
I'm sure they do.
This is a chapter about being a successful hostess, about throwing parties. So,
and how did you get racist in there?
Oh, they managed to get racist in here. Don't worry. It's a whole thing about dinners and dinner parties. So this must be referring to a very specific type of dinner party. So it says, the guest is the heading. And then it says, when Gung Yi Far Choi, the Chinese 2-week New Year, comes, our yellow cousins make their formal visits.
Holy shit.
It is a time of extreme convention, and despite the seeming revelry and celebration, the strictest rules are observed. The calls are made according to the caller's rank. One pays visits to those superior, receiving in turn those inferior. It is perplexing to know just how they decide which is superior and which is inferior in each case. Perhaps it is their oriental instinct. But the American guest does not have to determine whether he is superior to his host and hostess, or the opposite. It is already decided for him by the laws of etiquette. For the guest at the formal dinner must accord every respect and honor to his host and hostess, not in the servile manner of the coolie towards the mandarin, of course, but in the captivating and charming manner that bespeaks the fine lady and gentleman.
Holy shit.
Right? I can't.
Why would that even be in there?
I think this...
Like, they were invited to some particular New Year's party.
This is what I'm saying. These fucking books have advice for every ridiculous situation it could possibly be in.
Like, someone went to a particular party and decided to spout the lessons they've learned, not at all through their own lens.
Yeah, I can't tell based on this if it's just like that, because they must be talking about a very specific type of party here. Like, you can't, I don't.
Like, it's, oh my God.
It's so bad, Amy. It's so bad. So yeah, America's gone a long way since then. We're totally not racist now. I'm happy to report.
We already fixed racism. What was it, like episode 3? Yeah. You're welcome.
We're in post-racist America now, so
yeah,
things are better. Why do you fucking snowflakes
Trump's
keep
America,
complaining?
No racism.
God.
Fuck off, everybody.
Anyway, so what else do you have? Can you,
I have
can
exercises
you up my
to
racism
keep
here?
your taunt fit form.
Okay, good.
The only way.
Did you see the chart that I sent with it? Because that chart is fantastic.
You are attractive. This is the precursor to
Oh,
that.
well, I was going to say, I think this one is from a book called How to Develop Your Personality, because I forgot to send you the covers of the books. But How to Develop Your Personality is from the year, let's see. This is from 1932.
We researched everything else. This is the one slip up we've ever
Right,
had.
I know. We're really fucking good at this normally. So this book is from 1932, and it's all tips for how to develop your personality, I assume, so that someone will date you. So,
and apparently this personality, well, first they go into talking about what you should buy your cousin for Christmas.
obviously.
It's a cousin that if you don't have a very close relationship with your cousin, you pick out a tie that you would like. Because it would be practical and they would probably like it too.
Okay, makes sense.
That's just what is on the front of the page. Yeah. And then this is exercises for improving physical appearance.
This is the good part.
This is the good part. This is the meat of it.
Yep.
Because the only way anyone will like you is if you're thin and fit.
Obviously.
Bend over and touch the floor with the fingers, keeping the knees stiff 20 times every morning and 20 times every night. Walk at least 4 blocks on your way to work every morning. Breathe deeply while walking. Note your posture in mirror and attempt to correct bad posture habits. And then there's a chart to mark.
I'm not laughing at you. I'm laughing with you.
Okay, so here's your daily check on appearance. I didn't.
And this is an actual like star chart. Like you can check things off on this chart.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. This is for 7 days.
I'll try to put a copy in the show notes so you guys can hang one up on your fridge and follow it.
I did not read things because I try to ignore everything Amy sends me.
That's what makes the show good.
She should be blocked. Let's just, between you and me,
fair.
She should be blocked.
That's fair.
Okay, so there's different sections. The first one is personal hygiene. Bathe minimum of 2 to 3 times a week. That just makes sense. Teeth and mouth clean. Face and hands clean. I don't know what that says.
Oh, and I'm not even looking at
Nails
it.
clean and cared for. Carry a clean handkerchief.
Obviously.
Exercises. And I think you do the exercises that were before mentioned.
Right. That makes sense.
Posture. Sit erect. Base of spine against back of chair. Stand erect.
A lot of erections going on.
There's a lot of erections. Weight on balls of both feet.
And balls.
Walk erect. It's hard to walk on an erection. Neatness. Shaven. Hair combed and tidy. What is there to shave? What is there to comb?
I mean,
clothes clean. No spots, dandruff, hair, etc. No hair. I shed like a freaking sheepdog because I have 20 million hairs.
Well, you should fucking work on that because it's not going to help you develop your personality. So
I do not have a personality because I also don't touch the floor 20 times a day because I would get dizzy because I'm freaking old.
Okay.
So clothes neat and in good condition, pressed, buttoned, etc. They should not see me when I go to work in like yoga pants. Shoes shined and heels straight. Where do you even shine your shoes?
At a shoe shine stand.
And how can your heels not be straight? Appropriateness. Color harmonious. What does that mean?
I think it means that you're wearing matching clothes, or maybe you're wearing clothes that suit your coloring. You know, like I don't look good in
clothes for
peach.
Occasion, not overdressed. Well, I was about to wear my wedding dress to work tomorrow, so that's
out now.
Saves me.
Damn it.
Not in conspicuous jewelry because I was about to wear my crown with it. So that helps a lot of things actually.
Yeah, I had to mute for a second because I'm reaching across my desk trying to grab another book and it's not going well. So
I feel like I learned something from that section. I don't feel like I need to make fun of it at all.
No. Well, now you have the chart.
Well, yeah, and I have the chart, so I'm going to touch my toes.
And you can print one out for your kids, too, and they can each do it. Because it's good to start them young, you know? We are now reading from The Complete Letter Writer. So this is just going to tell you...
You can now say, as seen on socks.
She just got up and left because she heard you say that.
Insult.
Rude.
Inside joke. Inside baseball.
Very rude. Yeah, our listener and friend Natalie was in a gift exchange with me, and she sent me the greatest socks ever ever made. And they are socks with pictures of my actual cats fucking on the socks. It didn't even occur to me that was an option.
Your cats are not fucking.
How do you know?
Her cats are on the fucking
They're
socks.
on the fucking socks.
Clarifying. I'm
Their
clarifying.
faces. It's amazing. Everybody in the house is jealous, and nobody else gets to wear them.
No, they're not.
So.
No one's jealous.
So let's learn how to write a proper letter.
Yes.
Let's see. There's so many options here for just every kind of letter.
I skipped over how to handshake. It was crazy.
Yeah, every fucking letters of parents and children. So these are examples of letters that parents are going to write to their children or vice versa. So let's see here. Oh, and this is from...
Have you heard of condoms? Sometimes they break.
That's good advice. That's
Love
always good
Mom.
advice. This book is from 1884, so going back a little further.
God, this one's going to be
God, I
full
love
of
my
wisdom.
antique books.
And science.
Okay, so...
You should probably wear gloves and open them very carefully.
Nah, germs are good for you. All right, so letters of parents and children. This one is from a boy at school to his father. Very specific. Can't be from a girl at school because girls don't go to school.
Well, because that's when you ship the boys away.
Right. He's at a boarding school,
Ooh.
so obviously.
I have 5 boys.
You can only read this if you're wealthy, and if you're wealthy, then you send your kids to boarding school, so.
Okay.
Okay, Shoo, don't fuck this up for me, please. She just snuck up on the other side here. Okay. From a boy at school to his father. St. Louis, July 20th, 1884. My dear father, many thanks for your kind present and valuable advice. I sincerely hope that your good opinion of me will long remain unchanged, and that I may be able to do justice to the strenuous exertions and kindly attention of my excellent preceptor. I am, at present, working very hard, and hope to gain 1 step higher in the school before the end of the quarter. My school fellows...
So vague. I hope to one day step further up.
I hope to
this
get
ladder
better.
that I'm climbing.
I hope to be... My school fellows are, generally speaking, very agreeable and well-disposed boys.
None of them have names, though, so don't even ask.
And we are so well treated that I feel almost as happy
Simon?
as if I were at home.
John?
I don't know, but they're all sleeping with each other. That's all I'm going to say. Nevertheless, I often think of the coming vacation with not a little eagerness, and long to meet you and my dear mother, brothers, and sisters, and to enjoy the Christmas festivities in the way we have always been accustomed.
Have they not met?
I remain.
What age was he sent there?
I remain, my dear father, your affectionate and grateful son, Henry. I can't see talking to my parents that way.
I'm going to talk to my mother
really
that
formal.
way. She's going to lose her shit.
I could send you a copy of this book, and you could just, every conversation from here on out, super formal. So now So
I realized during this duration of the conversation, I realized why Gentleman Caller's name was not on any Christmas cards for my mother. Because we are not properly married.
Well, yeah.
So therefore, due to proper etiquette, she cannot acknowledge him.
He's not an official part of the household.
Right. So she cannot acknowledge him and remain steadfast in her proper cultured appearances.
I mean, it makes total sense.
Or whatever. So I'm grateful for that, actually, because she's teaching me still.
Okay, so...
You just keep going. You're like, okay.
I've learned to ignore you by now.
Oh my gosh.
It's to keep
Are
the
you
show
one of my
going.
children?
To a son at school. This is a reply to a son at the school. So instead of the son from the school sending a letter to his father, this is from a father sending a letter to his son at the school. Chicago, Illinois, August 10th, 1884. My dear son.
He sent it to St. Louis. That's like 3 hours away. They could just drive down there.
Yeah, I don't get... I think this is the same girl. So, yeah, this is ridiculous. Can I send my kids to St. Louis for most of the year? They could stay with Willis.
Stay with John.
Oh, my God.
He just moved.
Willis.
I saw that. Congratulations, you guys. All of our children are coming to live with you.
Yes. Don't worry. They're going to be really helpful.
Or, wait. Just the boys.
Yeah.
Spoiler, there's 7 of them.
But they all love dogs. Your dogs are going to be busy and played with.
We just solved so many of life's problems.
They're going to play
You're
with all those
welcome,
lightsabers
self.
on your wall. Oh my God. They're going to be a family. They're going to
love your
it
rug so much. We're just going to specifically talk about things in your house that we did not steal for sure.
Yeah, no.
Definitely did not steal.
At all. Yeah, believe me, you're going to love all 7 of these kids.
Are you down a dog? Check Amy's parents.
Hey, it was a pretty great dog, so shut up.
Their dogs are sweet.
Okay, to a son at school. So, Willis, keep an eye on the mail. I'm just saying, I have your address.
If there's one with holes in it,
If there's a huge
it's
box.
7 kids. I didn't order a refrigerator or 4.
I have a mental image in my head of 7 kids just with arms sticking out a crate, like animals. Just
fruit crates. And they're all weirdos. They're mooning each other or hanging their arms out.
To be fair, they are all weirdos, so they're going to make a great little weirdo family with Willis.
Yeah, thanks for that.
Anyway, so yeah, here we go. Here's how you, as a father, can write back to your son who is at either boarding school or Willis's house.
It's definitely at Willis's house, for sure.
My dear son, I am delighted to hear of your progress and send you a little remittance of pocket money to prove to you that I am ever ready to give encouragement where it is deserved. Yeah.
People were such great parents then.
Some cash.
I'm so
for the
jealous.
Dates with the ladies. You must always bear in mind that upon your career at school, much of your future life must depend. So basically, he's saying this is on your permanent record.
Don't fuck this up. Lots of writing on this. Don't fuck this up.
To waste the precious hours of youth is to make preparation for a useless and dishonorable old age, whereas by steady industry, care of that health with which God has happily blessed you, and submission to those who have the best right, as well as the best inclination, to advise you for your good, you may hope to ripen into a respectable and useful member of society, and to render yourself fit to encounter those responsibilities which fall to every man's lot. Okay, that is a fucking long-ass run-on sentence, Dad. For starters. That sentence is too many commas. Too many big words that make no sense. Just get to the point. Here's some cash. Love, Dad.
Here's some cash. Don't fuck this up.
Wear a condom.
Totes regards.
See you at Christmas.
Dad.
That's what I would say. Okay, so let's see. We've got
hashtag, you're going to pay me back for this tuition, bitch.
Your mother unites in hearty wishes that you may go on as you have begun, and that your whole life...
Oh my gosh, add me to the tag. Add me to the card.
I don't want to write my own letter. I'm busy.
I'm in it too.
Accepting all these dinner invitations.
I love him.
I can't.
I'm so busy.
Got to throw this party for the Chinese New Year.
I'm having our 12th baby. Rules. It's super exhausting.
Okay, so your mother unites in hearty wishes, and that your whole life may prove a credit to yourself and a comfort to us. Make our best respects to your excellent preceptor, and believe me, your affectionate father, George Barber. Okay.
Gross. Okay.
I mean...
What?
I don't...
I'm a relatively intelligent woman.
I mean...
Moderately. It's overselling it.
I mean, it's a fascinating little look into 1884 upper middle class Chicagoans. I mean, I guess.
I mean, his son's being raised as St. Lucian.
I mean,
Lewison?
I think it's St. Lucifer. Because Willis lives there.
Probably.
So, yeah.
Well, do you want to know how to develop a personality?
I really do, but I think the last one I sent you was from a different book.
No, this is Develop Your Personality.
Oh, is it? Okay.
It says how to develop your personality. And I think this is pretty great. This is how to develop a personality, Amy.
Okay. I mean, I thought the whole book was about that.
Stimulate your skin by a cold rinse after bath. Rub briskly with a rough towel. Select one item under appearance in which you feel you are deficient and attempt to improve it. During the next week, check each day the items of your appearance listed in, I guess there's another chart, chart I. Use a plus mark if the item has been taken care of and a minus mark if it has been neglected during the day.
What if I don't want to use a plus and minus?
That is literally the extent of how to develop a personality in this section that I have.
Well,
so
look good is the advice.
Change that.
Be hot.
that you've been thinking about. You're right. It's wrong. Fix it.
Yeah, fix it.
You should keep a chart on pluses or minuses.
Look better, do better, be better. Attract a better level of
and
men.
if it's not working, touch your toes 20 times.
A lot. Touching your toes is just good for everything.
Do you know how dizzy I would be if I had to touch my toes and then stand back up and then touch my toes and then stand back up? I would fall over.
Like painting my own
After
toenails.
you're over 25, I'm assuming, I haven't gotten there yet. Holy crap. Like, I can't do that.
I could, even when I was a kid, I have terrible
I
flexibility.
don't even know if I have an inner ear. I don't even know. I haven't checked.
I can't touch my toes.
I would just fall over.
When I'm painting my toenails, I have to be sitting and like crouched over it's a whole thing.
This is another reason why you would hate me, because I can still kick myself in the
I'm
forehead.
in very bad shape.
I don't.
Yeah, but you could.
Because I would rather not. But I used to be able to do it from a standing position, but that was in high school, and so that was 5 years ago.
Okay.
And I can't do that anymore.
Well, you should.
Yeah. Now I've had 3 children.
You should really fucking work on that.
I did actually once. I had hip surgery when I was like 9, and I spent an entire month pushing my leg until I could touch my head again.
Okay.
Because I'm a crazy person.
Oh, do you want?
So I feel like I've learned a lot. I'm going to go and make a list.
I think you should, and I think you should
all the
photocopy
flaws.
that chart, and then if you become a patron to our show, we'll send you one.
Distribute it.
Yeah, become a patron. We'll send you the chart.
Apparently, I'll just hand it out to everybody at
We'll
work.
send you a new one every month to keep you going, just for encouragement, to make sure that you know how to better develop your personality. I have one last little random, random tidbit here. Let's see.
Okay, good. I need to hear
This
this.
is from...
I need all the advice I can get because I can't even land a man.
I don't know if...
I mean, I did, but you know what I mean.
I don't think... Okay, so this isn't one I've read from yet. So this is from The Complete Etiquette for Ladies and Gentlemen by Mrs. E.B. Duffy. The date is 1911. By Alexander Hamilton. What the fuck does that mean? I'm looking at the page and it says, copyright 1911 by Alexander Hamilton.
Because he's a copywriter.
So apparently there was a different Alexander Hamilton that lived in 1911.
Was there?
And
that's the same one.
maybe he was reincarnated. Maybe.
As your cat.
Maybe Lin-Manuel Miranda is the reincarnation of...
he is not.
I'm saying it could happen.
Let's not start that rumor, but he might be.
He's totally the reincarnation. Anyway, here are some little tidbits for your everyday life that you will find. And this is about how to address things, how to properly address something that you are giving to somebody for a very specific purpose. Christmas presents. Christmas gifts should be marked with the card of the giver. Borrowed books. Borrowed books or music, when returned, should be accompanied with the card of the borrower. So I'm assuming this is back when
Like
everybody
a
had their own little
library?
business card that was just a person card and not a business card. Which I want that trend
How
to come
hard would
back
that
where
be?
everybody just has their own card just for them.
So I still, one of my Harry Potter books is just missing. I can't remember who I gave it to. If they had left their card, I would have lost their card also. But then I would have known.
You would have maybe remembered it because you would have remembered seeing the card at some point.
Probably.
At least you would have
Depends
paid
on how.
a lot of money for personalized cards. And that's...
Make your card spectacular.
Exactly.
And I'll remember it.
It
maybe.
says a lot about who you are. You have to have a really nice personal card. Yeah, we need to bring this shit back. People need to start having personal cards again and not actually talking to each other, but just exchanging the cards.
We don't actually talk to each other now either.
Well, see,
so
it
it's
would be
actually
better.
good.
Then we'd have...
I maybe for an event and then,
Exactly.
text.
None of this social media nonsense. We need physical
I
cards.
almost maybe for my own birthday party this weekend.
I almost maybe'd for it too, but then I did a hard, acceptance. And I tried to get there. I tried so hard.
She was telling
It was
me
such a drive.
to wait outside of the restaurant until she got there.
It was
It was freaking
a long
freezing. We left at
drive.
like 9:30 and people were texting me at 10:30. They're like, "Where are you?" I'm like, "I'm fucking home. Are you kidding me?" Did you not see what year I was turning? I'm old. I went to bed.
Yeah, I was still awake at like 9 o'clock, and I thought, I wonder if Amy's still up partying. Because I wouldn't be.
No.
I'd be at home by now, although
I mean, I was by then, yes, but I left at like 9 and I was home by 9:30.
there is yet another...
Someone called me at 9:36. I was like, seriously?
That's rude. See that? I should write an etiquette
It
book.
started at 6, bro.
I'm going to write an etiquette book on proper
Please do.
phone use. And it's just going to be my own personal standards, so.
Well, after I'm in bed, I do not answer my phone. But we were still in the car on the way home, so.
I don't answer it either, but I get really fucking annoyed because it wakes me up, or I'm just drifting off and that fucking wakes. And people are like, well, don't sleep with the phone next to your ear. Well, you know what? What if there's
my
an
phone
emergency?
is under my pillow because I have to be at work by 5 in the morning.
Like that thing is my alarm clock. Not that I ever use it as that, but I listen to crime shows when I'm falling to sleep on it. What if my mom falls and breaks a hip in the middle of the night? And I don't have a landline phone, so everybody can fuck off with their don't sleep right next to your phone.
What gift should you give her? Find it.
Exactly. I don't. It's well. Here we've got
a tie that you would like. I'm assuming.
My mom loves ties, so yeah. Anyway,
you're solid.
If you are going to give a visiting card of a married lady, so I assume visiting card of married lady means you are going to visit a friend or acquaintance and you yourself are married. You're trying to make some moves. Something like that.
Some lady.
Yeah. The visiting card.
And if she does not love her husband or respect him, and she's getting far away from him, if she loves and respects you, she'll give it up. I read that one.
That's very true. So. You can take this stuff to the bank, people. Just start living your life based on this advice. The visiting card of a married lady. Okay, I'm reading advice now.
Especially
inside voice.
Go ahead, sorry.
Okay, ready?
Okay. This is my inside voice.
The visiting card of a married lady usually gives her husband's name with the prefix Mrs. attached. Thus, Mrs. David Evans instead of Mrs. Emma G. Evans. Though custom is beginning to sanction the latter when the lady has sufficient personal importance to be known separate from her husband. A lady in that case frequently...
women can be separate from their husbands?
Apparently.
Hold on.
And apparently if...
My entire worldview is blown here.
If you have sufficient personal importance, you can even put your own name first on the card and not your husband's name.
But I'm still a lady. I do not have importance.
Well, I need to know how to get that importance. Like, it just says sufficient personal importance. I mean, can you make that happen? Are you born with it? I don't...
Daughter of a prince?
I suppose. Maybe if you married up. But even then, that doesn't make sense in this context.
Some kind of dignitary?
Could you be a...
That's the only way a woman
writer?
would be important,
I mean, they didn't really let women write either.
Women can't write
so I don't,
or read. Does she has she taught children?
I mean,
that are...
I doubt it, because her job is to stay home and raise her own kids.
Is she a secretary? I don't know. This is all.
This is 1911, so it's...
Has she hosted parties?
It's baffling. I suppose if she has somehow come into some personal wealth recently... then perhaps she is of sufficient personal importance. Like if her great aunt died and now she's got a shitload of money, then she can start putting...
Does she happen to own property even though it's unheard of and gross?
She can start putting her name on the card now instead of her husband's name.
Gross. If a woman owns property, that's just icky.
Well, a woman doesn't. Her husband owns it, but whatever.
No. If she's a single woman that owns property, that's gross.
Yeah.
I don't even know. You need to send me more reference material because I don't even know what to do with that.
It's mind-blowing. A lady, in adopting her husband's name, cannot use his title also. Dr. John Brown's wife is not Mrs. Dr. John Brown or even Mrs. John Brown, MD, but plain old Mrs. John Brown. The wife of a congressman is not a Mrs. Honorable or an Honorable Mrs., nor is the wife of a clergyman a Mrs. Reverend. Well, glad they sorted that out, because... Did
I ever tell you about that gross thing? Like when I was Mormon?
You gotta be more specific than that.
I know. Mm-hmm. Sorry. Not bringing up the temple in here. No. I actually knew this lady that referred to her husband as Dr. John. In casual conversation, just hanging out.
God. That's almost like referring to yourself
John's on his way home from
person.
work. Dr. John's coming home for lunch. Dr. John likes this squash. Yeah.
I mean, I get it, like with my kids sometimes, I'll, instead of saying my husband's name, which is Mr. with a Y, which is what I refer to him as whenever we're talking.
Daddy?
But I'll be like, yeah, Dad wants to do this, or just so as not to confuse
I totally do that.
them, right?
Your dad,
but
your
I
father,
feel like that's pretty much the only circumstance where you should be calling someone by their professional name, I guess.
No,
if you're married to them,
me and her
weird.
at lunch and it was multiple times. And then I think we swung by the grocery store because Dr. John liked squash. And yeah, it's
You need
gross.
to run away. Run. That's...
Ask me if they're still married.
Are they still married?
They're still married. Oh, for sure.
Okay, here, we've got 3 short ones
She
now.
read
So we've
these
got
books.
cards of congratulations or condolence. A birth, marriage, or death in the family of a friend or acquaintance calls for a card within a week. Send that shit within a week, or else you are rude as fuck.
Oh my gosh, we did not do the patrons.
Oh, shit! All of this etiquette, and we totally forgot.
She buys the books, but she doesn't read them or take them to heart. I'm just letting everyone know that I'm the good one on this show.
This is why I need all of this. Is why I buy so many fucking etiquette and advice books, because I can't ever remember proper etiquette
Just letting you
on my
know.
own.
When you guys are making your monetary contributions, just put for Amy with an I.
No, don't do that. Don't do that at all. I mean, I apologize that I'm just sitting
etiquette
over here
reasons.
fanning myself with all your money while I forget to mention all of you, but, you know,
I promise I'll touch my toes one of
I'm
these
a lady
days, I
of
swear.
personal importance, so...
I swear it. I will gain a personality by scrubbing my skin.
You should do
And,
like a video vlog.
Finding that
I guess
area that's bad. Someday I'll discover it. I haven't discovered it yet, but someday I'll find a part of me that's
the
bad.
term video vlog is very redundant, but you should start a vlog all about how many times you touch your toes and just invite people in to do it with you and just chart your progress, you know, over the course of a year.
No, that's called chatterbait. I'm not going to do that. I'm not going to chart my touching my toes.
Well, if you out there, listeners, have proper etiquette skills, you will know that you need to go to our Patreon page at patreon.com/secularsoup because we want your money. As we mentioned earlier, it's just that we forgot to read the names because we're bad at podcasting. Because what's the first rule of podcasting?
I figured I would wait and then, I remembered a while
Women
ago,
shouldn't
you know.
podcast. So, if you play, we have lots of different tiers levels all the way from $1 a month. That's only $12 a year. You could pay for all of 2020 with just $12.
And we have a lot of Patreon-only content,
Yes.
which is actually
funnier.
It's funnier than this
It's
shit.
funnier than the regular show. So,
Because she's not on it.
not true.
On my
Not true
version,
at
I
all.
cut you out. of
Does
everything
Rich make
that
you
comes
special
into my house.
versions?
He should.
God damn
I
it.
should ask that. Oh my god, how funny would that be? Like an entire show of just me and my
Just
snarky
me
comments, but
talking
you're
to myself.
quiet.
We should do that as bonus episode, bonus content. Just Amy rambling.
We used to record ourselves individually. We could just post that.
Yeah, with zero context. I think it would be funny. Okay, so at the
Heads up, patrons.
so with every Patreon level, you get early access to the episodes. Usually it's about a day early, but it's the time between when I get the episode from Rich and then when I remember to put it on our regular podcast feed. And that could be anywhere from 1 day to 4 days, just depending on what's going on in my life. I don't know.
We try really. We're actually pretty good. Usually it's Friday or Saturday, Friday night or Saturday morning, and then it goes to the regular masses on Sunday morning.
Which is we try to stick to that.
We're usually pretty good about it. There's been a couple weeks here and there that it's like,
But we have fucking lives,
variant.
people, and that's why, because we're ladies of personal importance.
I do. I don't know, but everybody else in the world.
I'm working on these Les Miserables t-shirts, and that's sucking up all
She's
my
painting
time.
her toes.
Anyway,
Apparently not with her mouth. I don't know.
I can hear you talking right now. At the $6.66 month level, I see now my brain's dead because it's past 6 o'clock at night, and I just gotta buckle down and get through this. Okay.
Yeah, come on.
So
I have
at
to
all
eat
of the
still.
levels, you get early access to all of the episodes, and you get all of the bonus content. At $6.66 a month level, god damn it, then you start getting a personal shout out on every episode. So these,
Except for this one, almost.
yeah. So the $6.66 a month patrons, or the Devil's Chili layer, as we call it, are our returning champions, Andy, Natalie, who got me the amazing cat socks that
They're seriously cute. I have no idea who the cats are, but the socks are really cute.
I hate you so much. We've also got
fair.
Nuggin, Schmistina, April, Life in the Left Lane, and Freethinker 215 and Nelson. Ha ha months, support Phil Abundance. Give to your food bank. Once again, great message. Give to your food bank. Freethinker215, just so you know, I'm really bad at checking emails. So if you've sent a recent one, it gets overwhelming. I've got like 7 email addresses on my phone. I can't. So I'm looking into the possibility of hiring someone and not paying them just to be our email liaison. Like, just check the emails and reply to people as I would reply to them. Just pretend you're me, you know. If somebody wants that job, let me know. So that's the $6.66 level. At the $10 a month level, you get all of the other stuff, and you get a fancy bowl with your name on it and probably a dick drawn on it too. We've got Elven Engineer, who will get her bowl very soon. We have got Wendy, who has gotten her bowl. It only took her about a year to get. And etiquette tells me to say our 5th favorite rich, so I guess I'm going to go with that. That's what the etiquette book says. So,
oh, that's good.
Thank you, 5th favorite rich. Say that 5 times fast.
Well, the etiquette says it depends on what other races are in the room.
That's very true. Right now, I'm in the room by myself, so it's okay.
And she's a whole lot of person.
Exactly. I'm a lot to deal with. Okay. At the $20 and up a level. Oh, God damn it, Amy. My brain does not work, and the words do not go in order.
I am not also in the room.
Anyway, $20 and up level, which is called the blueberry dessert soup level.
Yeah,
I keep forgetting the names of the levels because they don't show them on here when I'm reading names. I'm bad at this. Our favorite person and patron, just generally, is Ashley. Still hanging in there, $20 a month, which is just outstanding. I keep looking at the tally of how much it's been throughout the course of the show, and I kind of want Ashley to marry me, so I'm just putting that out there. We've also got Randall, who, as always, is perfectly adequate in every way. Randall is just fine. We enjoy him just how he is. Coming in at 2nd place, somebody who is soon to get a crate full of 7 teenage boys. I would say tween and teenage, not quite teenage for all of them. Always the bridesmaid, never the bride.
You are so lucky.
Yes, so always the bridesmaid, never the bride is going to get a crate of 7 children. Just keep an eye out for it. It's in the mail. We'll put holes in it so they can breathe. It'll be totally fine. You still need to keep sending us that
You'll
money,
probably
though.
Smell it first. Yeah. Not going to lie. It's going to smell like Fritos and feet.
Oh, it's going to be rancid by the time you get it. But just bring them back in the yard and hose them off with a hose. Throw some soap at them, maybe. It'll be fine.
They're mostly crate trained. They're not housebroken.
They're feral at this point, as all boys are. They'll grow out of it eventually. Just let them be. It'll be fine.
Will they?
That's what I keep telling myself so I can get through the day.
Oh my gosh. That reminds me. Sorry, Patreons. That reminds me, I asked my dad one time when my children were like really little and they were playing with themselves constantly. And I was like, when does this dick fascination go away? And he said, I'll let you know.
No. Ew.
Sorry. Best answer ever, though. Sorry.
That is a really good answer.
It's actually a very honest answer.
I enjoy that. Yes. It's true. If you have never had, boy children before, though, they really are fascinated with their dick.
Hands in
all the
diaper
fucking time.
Constantly.
And then as they get older, just hands in pants. Just walking around the house with the hands in the pants.
Or super long showers.
Reason.
Gross.
Just not even, like the hand will be in the pants, not doing anything. Just in there, like for, I guess, comfort. And
then if you've ever lived with a man, whatever. Same.
I wish I loved anything as much as men love their package, is all I'm saying. So... The top patron, who has also become a patron of a Fargo Retrospective, is the one and only, Jamie Lee Curtis is cool, also known as podcast historian Nathan. So thank you so much, Nathan. You are awesome. Patreoning 2 of my shows, so I need to make like 3 or 4 more shows just so I can get all of Nathan's money, because I'm getting hung up on that now.
You're going to record every day then, and I will show up.
So I'll just wait for you.
Infrequently. I'm going to be like the Northern Lights. I'll just be like, sometimes there's dazzle. I don't even know. I'm hungry.
Oh my gosh. Okay. Well, this was fun. In the future, will only get this.
I feel like I know things now.
So in the future, you're only going to get this fun at the end of episodes if you're a patron. So that's our way of blackmailing you.
If we remember. You're welcome.
And if we happen to have time that day. So, but that's...
Or if we feel
it'll
like
be 4 times out of 6,
a lot of variables.
I could...
Because we are ladies and we're fickle.
Yeah, we're high maintenance. We're very dramatic. So thank you so much for listening. Rich will put a fabulous outro on the end of this. We are still looking for outros. Please, in the show notes, it's everything you need. You can record it on your phone. You don't need fancy podcasting equipment. You can put your own spin on it. I've got an entire how-to Google Doc set up. It's so simple. I've taken all the guesswork out for you.
It's so easy, even Amy can do it.
We have both done it, and it wasn't hard. So
apparently I fucked it up so badly we have to outsource, though, so I'm still a little bitter about that.
Pretty fucking bad at podcasting. I'm just saying.
What?
My
You're not
cat
wrong.
did it, and
We've never played
she's
it.
beautiful, but she's not that smart. So.
For reasons.
Oh, we've played it. You just forgot because you don't listen to podcasts, so... Anyway, enjoy this wonderful outro. If you would like a better outro, send one in yourself. And if you would like to see us get drunk,
show us how it's
live
done.
on YouTube, once again.
I'm sure it's going to be done by some man.
Probably.
Show us how it's done.
Just do it. Just show us how an outro is done. Now they'll
Please
all send it in.
explain to us slowly, use small words. Please explain to us how it's done.
And what an outro is. And where the word came from.
Define
and how it evolved in the podcastosphere. So... 4 more patrons is all we need.
Please don't look good while you're explaining it to me because I will be too distracted.
By shiny things?
Oh my gosh. Yeah.
All we need is 4 more people and then we can do live Drunk Cast, the sequel. We will get drunk on YouTube live. We will have guests. It will be fun. My son has decided that he really likes the taste of amaretto flavored things. So I'm a little worried that bottle of amaretto that I've had since last year is going to be gone by the time we do the live Drunk Cast. So
there's things called liquor
Get
stores.
on it, people, because I don't want to go back to that stupid liquor store because I look ridiculous when I go in there because I know nothing.
You mean like my favorite place ever?
Like your second home, but to me that weird place
I literally
that I don't
walk
understand.
in, they're like, we're just serving shots. I'm like, yes, they're serving shots.
I walk in and go, why are there so many fucking options in here? Just, it all gets you drunk. I don't get it.
Why do I not have more money?
All right, well, you go eat. I am going to go work on my Le Cuisarab
I do need
shirts.
to eat because I've had a lot of whiskey.
We will see all of you wonderful people next week where we will have something even more spectacular planned. So see you next time.
I don't think we can top this.
Probably not.
But okay.
I'll try. Talk to you later. Bye.
Bye.
Hello. This is Amy's brother. One of them, anyway. Not both. She gave me this whole script to read here, but it really looks like the key points really are follow them on social media. So Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, probably TikTok. Not sure what other platforms they're on. It also says to send them money on Patreon or PayPal. I personally think it would be kind of weird to just send them money on PayPal, but you do you. It also says you can join their Secret Soup Talk Facebook group. So have fun with that. And you can email them at secularsouppodcast@gmail.com. And it also says that they probably will not answer your email. So if you want to waste your time and do that, secularsouppodcast@gmail.com. Please rate and review the show on iTunes, Facebook, or any place else that one might review things. And also tell your friends. And as always, we will now leave you with the vocal stylings of Mr. Eli Bosnick. That's what it says anyway. So have fun listening to that.
Secular soup creed. Soup is the ultimate virtue. It's delicious, nutritious, patriarchy smashing, racism fighting, warm and fuzzy, human affirming, fun having, anti-theist, glitter throwing, tummy satisfying, pair of new shoes fulfilling, diversity seeking, happiness. Minestrone, beef and barley, chicken broth and split pea, gazpacho, tomato, clam chowder and potato, chicken noodle, beef noodle, egg drop and ramen cup, miso, gumbo, leek and pho. Grab a bowl and taste the magic. Slurp even this.